So the FTX scandal has gotten worse and worse, and at this point, it is on the verge of ruining all of the cryptocurrency exchanges, with two massive exchanges, Blockfi and Crypto.com, now both on the verge of bankruptcy. And in my opinion, Blockfi is basically bankrupt at this time. They released some damning information in email they sent out to their customers today. I'll show you. They're basically bankrupt. They just haven't said it yet. But if you haven't been following the story, basically FTX, they're a crypto exchange. People deposited their money into it. And then when bad news came out about FTX, they tried to withdraw their funds. But FTX had illegally moved a bunch of their funds into their sister company, Alameda Research, and they didn't have the funds to give to their clients, so they had to declare bankruptcy. That's basically the shortened version of what has happened so far. And the same thing is now happening to other exchanges, like I said, Blockfi and Crypto.com. Now, Blockfi, if you don't know, it's another big company. It wasn't as big as FTX, but it's a large crypto exchange. And two of their main selling points was they actually had, I think, the first cryptocurrency credit card that you could use. So they had a credit card, and you could use it to, every time you used it, you could get rewards in Bitcoin, a small amount of rewards in Bitcoin that you could earn over time. And they also had the largest savings account in cryptocurrency ever. So if you don't know, most traditional savings accounts right now are basically 0.2%. They don't offer much. You're not going to make much in a savings account. But Blockfi, I think at one point offered a 8.5% annual return for all cryptocurrency that you put in their platform. They were trying to get everyone's money. Give us all your Bitcoin, all your Ethereum, and you'll earn 8.5% a year. Now, obviously, that isn't sustainable. I've talked about this in the past. But for whatever reason, a lot of these guys like to promote it. Andrei Jikh was the biggest guy who promoted Blockfi like crazy. And apparently, all of the remaining crypto he had, and he had lost a lot of money in another cryptocurrency exchange that went down earlier called Voyager. But of the remaining money that he had, apparently it was all in Blockfi.
I keep most of my money, in fact, all of my crypto with Blockfi, both my Ethereum, my Bitcoin, everything.
So Blockfi, if you don't know, they actually almost went out of business over the summer, and they had to receive about $500 million from FTX just to stay afloat. So FTX was basically keeping this company afloat. So when FTX went under, it was basically guaranteed they were going to go down as well. Now, Blockfi stopped all withdrawals, I believe, on Saturday. So no one who has money in the Blockfi account can withdraw any of their funds. And then they sent out this damning email earlier today that basically puts the nail in the coffin that this company, they're not saying they're bankrupt in the actual email, but it looks like there's no way they're going to ever be able to open up. So we'll go over it. I'll give my opinion on this. We know the past few days have been incredibly difficult for you. We are deeply saddened to see the devastation that is cascading across an industry that we love and believe in, touching the lives of so many people. Our top priority remains doing the best we can for our clients. After everything we accomplished this summer to protect Blockfi, last week's news regarding FTX was unexpected for us at Blockfi and for so many others. We are working around the clock to evaluate all of our available options. Where do things stand today? We determined late last week that in current environment, we could no longer operate our business as usual. Given that FTX and its affiliates are now in bankruptcy, the most prudent decision for us in the interest of our clients is to continue to pause many of our platform activities for now. The rumors that majority of Blockfi assets are custodied at FTX are false. That said, we do have significant exposure to FTX and associated corporate entities that encompass obligations owed to us by Alameda, assets held at FTX.com, and undrawn amounts from our credit lines with FTX US. While we will continue to work on recovering all obligations owed to Blockfi, we expect that the recovery of the obligations owed to us by FTX will be delayed as FTX works through the bankruptcy process. So the email goes on and on. I'll put the rest of it on the screen, but I won't read it all. But basically, what I got from that email is they are screwed at this point. They don't want to declare bankruptcy. They're hoping that something in the next couple weeks or so will drastically improve and they'll get a bunch of money from FTX. But we all know the money in FTX is just completely gone. So if they're hoping to get their assets back from FTX, not going to happen. Now, what's really interesting is they say the rumors that a majority of Blockfi assets are custodied at FTX are false, but then it goes to basically confirm those rumors and says that said, we do have significant exposure to FTX. So a good portion of their funds were in FTX, and now that that is under, Blockfi is done. Now, what's really interesting about this, what's really sad and depressing even, is the fact that Andrei Jikh, and I talked about this previously, Andrei Jikh made a video on Friday going over the breakdown of FTX, how it's collapsed, And then at the very end of the video, and I'll show the clip again if you don't believe me, at the very end of the video, he then does an affiliate link for Blockfi.
Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to grab up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin right here. Please don't forget to move it offline onto a cold storage wallet like a Ledger.
Now that is absolutely insane to me that the second largest cryptocurrency exchange just imploded, and then you go on and like, hey guys, I know this exchange went under, but go ahead and use my affiliate link for this other one over here. Now one thing I want to mention is another creator called Spencer Cornelia actually made a video defending these guys, saying that, you know, it was unfair that people like myself were not going after the big players like Tom Brady and these other celebrities who endorsed FTX. And I guess there's some truth to that, but my channel is mainly focused on YouTube content creators. And one thing I have to say about Andrei is he's literally the only one that, you know, saw FTX collapse and then promoted another cryptocurrency exchange in the same video. I've seen no one else do that. Tom Brady, any other celebrity that endorsed FTX, none of them are like, oh, FTX collapsed, but use my Blockfi link. Be sure to use that. That was an incredibly stupid thing to do. That's unforgivable, right? And that's going to be there. I don't know if he's going to delete that video, but it's literally him promoting Blockfi the day before they stopped withdrawals, and now this email comes out which basically says they are bankrupt at this point. Now the other exchange that in my opinion is on the verge of bankruptcy is crypto.com. Now crypto.com is another exchange. They weren't as big as FTX, but they were still extremely large. They actually bought out the Staples Center, which is the home of the Lakers. I live in California, the Los Angeles Lakers. They renamed it to Crypto.com Arena. They actually had that massive Super Bowl ad with Matt Damon. Everybody loves Matt Damon. How could you not listen to him? Matt Damon said, gotta be bold, you gotta buy crypto. That was in the last Super Bowl. So they're a massive exchange, right? And if they go under, that's gonna be, you know, round 2 of FTX. It's gonna be huge. Who knows what's going to happen to Matt Damon? Hopefully he'll be okay. But Crypto.com has had some really damning information come out about them recently. Apparently the amount of money they have in their wallets, people have been watching this, has decreased by billions of dollars. Over half their money is now gone by, you know, a bunch of people withdrawing their funds, which is, you know, naturally going to happen. People do not want to keep their money in centralized exchanges anymore. So that has gone down massively. And what's really interesting is the CEO of Crypto.com wanted to reassure people of where all their funds was. So they released where the majority of their coins were allocated, and they released information that 20% of all their coins were in Shiba Inu. Now, if you don't know what Shiba Inu is, it's a meme coin basically. There is no point or reason for its existence other than just to be a meme. It's not like Bitcoin or Ethereum, you know, actual developers working on something specific. Shiba Inu is just a meme coin. So that kind of freaked out a lot of people even more when it was announced that one of the largest exchanges, Crypto.com, has 20% of everyone's funds locked away in Shiba Inu. That's just an incredibly stupid thing. Now, it actually gets worse than that because Crypto.com was sending some of their crypto to other wallets off of the exchange, and they accidentally sent 320K of ETH to a wallet that they don't own. So they randomly sent it to a person they're not associated with. It was just an accident. Now, fortunately, it looks like they did recover the funds, but this is showing that, you know, these massive exchanges are basically run by, you know, in my opinion, idiots. Really, these people should not be in control of billions and billions of dollars worth of people's funds. But there you go. That's what's currently happening. FTX, like I said, they were the first massive player, but it's inevitable that more exchanges will fall. I do think it's pretty much certain at this point, in my opinion, that Blockfi is going to go under. If you have money on that, unfortunately, it doesn't look like you're ever going to see that again. Crypto.com may survive. It's really unfortunate that they have a bunch of money in meme coins, but for sure there's going to be a bunch of smaller exchanges that go under as well. This is going to have lasting impact in the crypto world. A lot of people think that crypto is done after this. I know for a fact it's not done. I've been watching crypto. I've been talking about crypto since 2017. It's going to exist after this, but it's probably going to hurt the growth of cryptocurrency for a long time coming, and there's probably going to be a bunch of new regulations, not just from America, but countries around the world, to hopefully prevent these large exchanges from doing incredibly stupid stuff like what FTX was doing. Hopefully that does not happen in the future. And hopefully, you know, all of you watching did not lose a ton of money in FTX, and hopefully you didn't lose a ton of money in the new loser in the game, Blockfi.com.